Jai
Jai
Hind,
Hind
sir.
everyone.
Jai Hind, Jai Hind, sir.
I'm audible?
Yes,
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 sir.
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 Okay.
Yes, sir.
Some of you, just to remind that this is a platform where we are practicing our communication skill with the help of lecturettes, which is a part of Services Selection Board interview. This is one of the best exercise if you can do regularly. Your communication skill improves and your knowledge improves. And the way you can put across your points, that is getting refined every time you practice lecturette. So some of you are having SSB lined up in next 1 month, 2 months. Like Umang, you have SSB lined up after 3 months.
Sab 8. Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's uh, set the rules. Some of you who don't know, uh, a person who gives lecture, there is another one who keeps the time, and 3 minutes is strict. 2.5 minutes first warning is there. That last 30 seconds are remaining, and at 3 minutes, the reminder is given that your time is over. So you all should practice different topics each time you get an opportunity, and keep evaluating that which all areas you are comfortable: social topics, international topics, some current topics in the world, then some technological topics, economics, which is a very weak area where most of the students are not comfortable, budget related things or some economy related issues. Purely scientific issues are also problematic area for some of the students. So keep practicing different areas and make a list of around 20 topics where from different areas you're covering, and maybe four or five topics from each area. And I'm sure on the day of SSB, when your lecture it is there, group discussion is there, if you are practicing regularly, listening to others also, your run during the SSB will be very comfortable. So that is what is my experience is, and that's what I am getting feedback from students who are regularly practicing. Okay, who is the first volunteer today?
Sir, may
Sir,
I?
I would like to start.
Okay, Prasad is there. Sangram is also there. Prasad, you start. I
I
will.
would also like to.
Okay, who is there? Vivek. Okay, one by one we will go. Prasad, you start. Sangram, can you keep time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sangram, you keep time.
Prasad, you can start now.
Good evening, sir. Today I'm going to speak about defense budget of India. I will first tell about the money allocated for defense budget. Then I will talk about the budget invested in various sectors. In financial year 2024-25, rupees 6.125 trillion was allocated as a defense budget by finance minister. Similarly, this forms 2.42% of India's GDP, which is increased from the last year. It is increased by 4.6% last year. And the defense budget of India converted into dollars is approximately $75 billion. India is among the countries in the world which shares largest percentage of its GDP in the defense. Defense budget of India is invested in various sectors. First, it is invested in capital acquisition. We are investing our money in modernizing of different weapons and defense sector. Similarly, pensions and salary allowances of the defense officers and veterans who serve in the army, they also get the money from the defense budget. Similarly, money is also invested, or the defense budget allocated is also invested on the different civil organizations that works under the Ministry of Defense. And most importantly, various military operations are conducted to check the readiness of the Indian defense forces. And in this, the money is invested which comes from defense budget. Uh, there are various schemes that are introduced by the Indian government this year. The first one was Agnipath. Almost rupees crores of rupees was invested in these schemes. Similarly, there is one IDEX, Innovation for Defense Excellence, which promotes innovative skills and new business startups and innovations in the field of defense. Uh, Almost rupees 518 crore was allotted for this. Similarly, money of defense budget is invested in Coast Guard security and the border road infrastructure. We know that the infrastructure of the roads in the areas like Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand is poor. And to make that infrastructure strong, money is invested. In the past years, we have seen India has done a significant growth in its defense imports and exports. That also comes under defense budget. We successfully tested our first hypersonic missile. Similarly, we have given our Pinaka
Last 30 seconds.
system to the France, and we have also made good defense relations with African countries like Nigeria and Asian countries like Philippines. Most important thing about defense budget is it is also invested in various organizations that work under Ministry of Defense such as DRDO and the intelligence agencies such as RAW, IB, and also on different types of defense academies such as NDA and IMA, and maintenance of parliamentary forces.
Time
Experts
up.
suggest uh, that was all about defense budget. Thank you.
Okay, Prasad, good. When is your SSB date?
Sir, 6th January.
Okay, got good time now ahead. This is very important topic. Generally comes during group discussion or lecturate, or even in some data helps you in interview. The one issue I keep highlighting, whichever topic is there, try and give 2 seconds, 3 seconds thought. Is there any terminology related to this topic which is must to come in my speech? So when Prasad has got a topic, defense budget of India, there is a very prominent aspect which should come, OROP, one rank one pension, which has got a direct relation, and this issue has been hot since the time this uh, Modi government had come in 2014, which sanctioned the OROP in 2015, and the budget implication is very high. Those people who are expert in this, they know what is the implication of such a huge rise of one rank one pension issue, which to simplify, a person who retires with particular number of years of service with a particular rank at any given time, whether 25 years before or maybe 25 years later, and a person who retires today should have parity. Otherwise, it was not there earlier. So, in the bargain, what happened? The OROP has put a lot of burden on budget, and which is obviously is going to come from defense budget. And that's why the second aspect which has come, another point which is related to this is Agniveer, because ultimately government is trying to achieve curtailment of defense related budget, and the ultimate objective of any good government is modernization of defense forces, and modernization of defense forces is not easy. It is at a very high cost. If you want to buy fighter aircrafts, if you want to buy nuclear arsenals or develop nuclear arsenals, or if you want to take good tanks, anything and everything related to defense technology is very costly. And that's why Atmanirbhar Bharat, especially in defense sector, is very important for us, so that our money doesn't go out and our own companies within India, our own people get the job. All those things are related. Good, Prasad, you gave good lecturate, and flow was good, points were also good, but my suggestion is key words related to your topic. Try and develop that mindset. I must get those words like OROP and Agnivir are related to defense budget, because these are issues indirectly having impact. Okay, good. Sangram, ready?
Yes, sir, I am ready.
Okay. Uh, Prasad, keep time.
Yes, sir.
May I start?
Sangram, you please start.
Jai Hind. Today's my topic is India's role in defense modernization. India is actively working to modernize its defense capabilities to strengthen national security and meet current and future challenges. The government has significantly increased its defense budget for year 2024-25, allocating to rupees 6.21 lakh crore, a large portion of which will be used to upgrade old equipments, acquire advanced technology, and improve border infrastructure. Key projects like the construction of Noma airfield in Ladakh and tunnels in Arunachal Pradesh aim to boost connectivity and defense preparedness, along with sensitive borders with China. A major part of India's defense strategy is to reduce reliance on foreign import by focusing on domestic production. About 75% of defense modernization budget is reserved for purchasing locally made equipment and initiatives like Innovation for Defense Excellence encourage small business and startups to develop new technologies. India has also emerged as significant exporter of defense equipment with a 78% increase in defense export in first quarter of FY 2024-25. Products like BrahMos missile, Pinaka rocket and armored vehicles are being sold over 85 countries. To further strengthen its defense capabilities, India is acquiring advanced systems, including final two Russian S-400 air defense system, accepted by 2025. The country is also building strong international defense partnership with nations like United States, Israel and France, allowing India to access cutting-edge technology including drone and survival systems. Additionally, India is enhancing its space-based defense capabilities, focusing on satellite surveillance and communication system and strengthening cybersecurity to protect critical infrastructure. These combined efforts reflect India's goal of creating a self-reliant, technologically advanced military capable of addressing current
2.5
security
minutes.
threat and positioning the country as stronger player in the global defense system. Thank you.
Okay, good coincidence. Related topic of Prasad and Sangram. I think combine these two topics, lot of data both have covered. Good Sangram, good. I think flow I can notice today. I think you are practicing well. Keep practicing because your communication has to improve further from the pronunciation point of view, and which will improve further. This topic of defense modernization is not easy actually for a nation like us who is having so diverse interest. Today, our economy is a developing economy. We are not yet a fully powerful and developed nation. Our priorities are different. Our agriculture sector, which needs support from government, our social sectors, a lot of schemes are there. There are some freebies also, which I will not talk, but there are basic elementary support system in society which are required in education, malnutrition. There are some poverty related issues. There are people who are homeless everywhere. If you have to take care, and then on one hand defense modernization, your priority has to be there, but keeping this balance, it is not easy, and that's what India is witnessing today. If you see, there are two hotspots in the world, and there are many small hotspots, but the war zones, Russia Ukraine war is going on, and a business is also happening because of that war. Second is Israel is fighting all around, so even business is related to that war also. So this is a little complex situation. Can we have little self reliance in defense industry, which Sangram was covering? We are now exporting, which was not the case 10 years back. Slowly it is improving. Every quarter we are improving. It is just a small step towards big things. Like we are very powerful in space. Our technology is powerful. We are well respected, but so is not the case in defense sector. Despite the fact that scientists can do there also, but we started little late. That is the problem. But then implication is lot of things we are depending upon other nations, technology, joint collaboration, especially with Russia, Israel, France, America. These are the nations where we have to do partnerships, and slowly we will come out of that and indigenous things will start. But point to note, defense modernization is must thing in today's competitive world, where if you are weak, Japan has already experienced after Second World War. Japan was not into the race of defense related things, and it kept its defense like a low thing. They were relying upon US, and now they have realized they have excelled everywhere except defense, because they did not go for defense, and now they are developing their defense. So defense is a very, very important sector. You may be poor, but your security cannot be taken granted. You may be rich, your security becomes more important as you develop. So that is why these topics are important, and more so you are a defense aspirant, whether it is NDA, CDS, APCAT, whichever entry you go, your understanding on these topics when you speak is very important. GTO, entering officer, will judge you how much you are really knowing it, how much you understand. Okay, good, Sangram. Your flow is good, and compared to last time's lecturate, this time it is much improved, and the points were well arranged. Good. Who is
Thank you.
next?
I would like to speak, sir.
Just a moment. Vivek. Sangram, again, keep time. Vivek, you can
Okay,
go
sir.
ahead.
Vivek, you can start now.
Good evening. Okay. Good evening, sir. I have chosen the topic to speak on is that BRICS. So, BRICS acronym for the Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, which represent the emerging economies. Initially, it was known as BRICS, but when in 2010 South Africa joined it, it's also known as the BRICS. But recently, it has expanded to join five more countries, which include Saudi Arabia, UAE, Iraq, Iran, Iraq, and Ethiopia. But we know that recently BRICS also seen as a counterbalance to the Western-led institutions such as the G7, IMF, and the World Bank. It also aims to promoting economic cooperation, political collaboration, and advancing reforms in global governance to better reflect the voices of developing countries. Now, talking about the power of the BRICS countries that make up over 40% of the world's population, 25% of the world's GDP, and 18% of the world's trade. With large markets and growing middle classes, it holds a significant industrial and agricultural output. Now, talking about the some key initiatives of the BRICS, so very first most initiative is the New Development Bank, which aims to promote financial which aims to finance infrastructure and sustainable development, also artificial intelligence, also sustainable development for BRICS nation provides an alternative to the organizations such as the World Bank and the IMF. Now, talking about the second initiative, that is contingent reserve arrangement, which is helps to provide financial safety aid to the BRICS nation during economic crisis and also serve as an alternative to the IMF. Now, third aspect is the cooperation on technology and innovation. So, BRICS countries enhance to collaboration on digital transformation, artificial intelligence, and scientific research to strengthen their global tech position. But despite this, it faces several challenges, which includes uh, diverse interests of the nations. Second most is the
Last 30
economic
seconds.
slowdown, like Brazil and Russia. Also third most is the global competition. Now, coming to the conclusion, I will say that this is the more than just economic collection of the countries and also provides a vital platform that seeks to redefine the global governance and despite this internal disagreement and external challenges,
Time up.
the long-term initiative of the okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Vivek, good attempt. Little bit network issue was there, I think. In between, little interruption was there. Uh, Good topic, BRICS, which is very essential. We must know wherever we are part of any group, whether it is SARC, whether it is AUKUS, whether it is BRICS, wherever our interests are there, we must know about these abbreviations and the larger agenda of these groups. And one more point, uh, if your time is up, you develop a habit of not getting disturbed and sum up in 10 seconds. You can take 5 to 10 seconds. So best practice is when you are given in SSB also it will happen. Last 30 seconds when it is said, you develop a practice that you are summing up, you are going towards conclusion, and try and feel these timings. How much is 30 seconds? What is your speed? These practices you must do so that it is a smooth landing. You start well, all of you start well, but you have to finish well also. This is one suggestion to all, because invariably when you are given the final warning that your time is up, it will happen in ssb also. So you get puzzled and your thought process gets broken. So it should not happen. You must be very very cautious that yes, this is how I am practicing and I will do there also similar good conclusion in the end. So all three speakers so far, this is for you also and others also. Develop a habit, don't get disturbed, just conclude wherever you are in a systematic way, because that is uh, speaks very highly about your confidence, control of the situation, and your balanced mindset. So that is how you have to practice. Now coming to this topic, BRICS. See, international arena is very vibrant today, very dynamic. India, after independence, we were pursuing the philosophy and ideology of non alignment. Now, today, we are going for multi alignment. We are aligning with different countries. This is a shift from non alignment to multi alignment based on specific interest. If it is environmental related interest, oil related interest, gold related interest, business, purely any sector which is interest to us, we are aligning to those countries. This is how it has become so professional international relations. The reason is now the speed of transport is high, network connectivity is high, you can easily communicate, business interests are developing. This is how India has changed stance, which nobody thought 40 years back we will be so interested in multi alignment. Every country we are keeping balance, no permanent enemies, no permanent friends. As far as now international politics goes, strategic affairs goes, you see, during the Russia Ukraine war, we talk to Russia also, we talk to Ukraine also, because we have got interest of different nature with each country. Similar case good with Israel and Arab countries. And two persons are fighting or two nations are fighting, but the third nation has to have a very very balanced approach so that our interests are intact, because this is how the modern world is now behaving. So good. All these BRICS, SARC, or G20, all those topics you must read, try and understand little bit. If you get topic into your SSB, you must be able to speak. Good Vivek, which SSB you are heading for? Vivek. Okay, I think not able to hear. Who is next?
Jay, yes.
Okay, Jay. Who can keep time? Because I think Vivek was not able to hear. Any volunteer?
I'll keep, sir.
Okay, Ashish. Jay, you go ahead. Ashish, keep time. And
Okay, Jay, you can start now.
next speaker will be Ashish.
Yes, sir. Jay, you can start now.
Good evening to one and all. Today's my lecture topic is discrimination, the act of making unjustified.
Jay, not audible.
I am audible, sir.
No, not audible. You are not audible. I think Jay, you just reconnect. Who is ready? Ashish, you are ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay. Who else can keep time?
So I am audible now.
Ah, now you are audible. Okay, go ahead. Ashish, you can be after
Okay.
Jay.
Yes, sir. Okay, Jay, you can start.
Okay. Good evening to one and all. Today's my lecture topic is discrimination. Discrimination is the act of making unjustified distinctions between people based on groups, classes, or other categories. Other categories to which they belong or perceived to belong, discriminate on the basis of race, gender, age, religious, and disability or sexual orientation, as well as other categories. It is the especially occurs in individuals or groups are unfairly on the basis of their actual members in a certain groups or social categories. Discriminatory is the traditions Policies, ideas, practices, and laws exist in many countries and institutions in all of the parts in the world include the territories where the discriminations are formed. For many attempts have been met with the controversy and sometimes been called as reverse sets of discrimination. In United Nations, Human Rights Council and other international bodies works together helping ending discrimination around the world. According to the UNESCO and Human Rights Watch, caste discrimination affects on it. It is estimated 250 million people worldwide, and it is mainly prevalent in parts of Asia, like India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, and Japan. In 2011, where the 200 million Dalits or scheduled castes in India are dominated, or majority groups are favored. In members of the minority or historical disadvantaged group may be defined in terms of ethnicity, gender, identity, nationality, race, religion that affect on post discrimination in the government and the business world. And lastly, I conclude that the human beings have to be avoid to the discrimination to each other. Thank you.
Okay, Jay. This is a very plain and simple topic, discrimination. But just try and think. If such topic comes in SSB, what should be the aim of SSB assessors? They want to see a potential leader of armed forces who is aspiring to join through NDA, CDS, or any other entry. Discrimination, how you look at it, what is your view? Because you will be leader in armed forces where it is perfectly a non-discrimination area where every soldier, where every officer is judged upon merit. There is no caste system. It is just work, loyalty towards nation, loyalty towards work, commitment. All those ethos are there. So when you speak on such topics, you should be giving that emotions, that feeling to the listeners. Yes, you are a person who actually a very balanced, non-discriminatory, because discrimination in different parts of the world, what Jay was highlighting, is in different form. Maybe in West it was black and white, which was prominent, and still it is relevant. In Eastern side, like in our countries and Asian countries, it is based on caste, religion, then a little bit economic layers, some poor and rich, and then male, female, all those things, but it is there. There is no doubt about it. And by birth, if someone gets something, why to have discrimination? Human values, if you pursue, there will not be any scope of discrimination. All the democratic countries, they speak for non discrimination, a very, very balanced judgment for everyone. It is good or bad. This is how things are there on ground. And in the defense forces, absolutely no discrimination. It is purely based on merit, purely based on work related things, and this is how you should be able to express yourself. Okay, Jay, little bit audio was less, but I could make out what you wanted to speak. But try and utilize full 3 minutes. You are generally missing on that. You are not utilizing complete 3 minutes. Okay, Jay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now who is next? Ashish.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jay, keep time.
Ashish bhai, you can start now.
Okay. So, good evening to all. Today, I'll be speaking on the topic urbanization and its hazards. So, friends, firstly, what is urbanization? Urbanization, this term refers to the large scale migration of the people from rural areas to the cities and urban regions. And this migration of the population from the rural areas may be due to a lot of various factors. And the major causes of this urbanization are industrialization, because as we see, the industries are mostly established in the urban areas, though it may be the secondary industries or the tertiary service sector industries. They are mostly established in the urban areas, which attracts a lot of rural population in search of job opportunities. They get better job opportunities. Secondly, the reasons are the better educational facilities. And as compared to the rural areas, the urban areas consist of better educational infrastructures, which plays as a pull factor to the rural population to take away or to move to the urban areas. And these educational institutions further comply with the better medical facilities for the individuals. There is a lack of medical facility in most of the rural areas in our country at the present time also, even with regards to the educational institutions. So this basic livelihood resources which are easily accessible in the urban areas plays a very major role and a very major pull factor for the rural population. But this comes with a various hazards too, as a lot of number of, or we can say uncontrolled population from rural areas migrates towards the urban areas. But this excess population overcrowds the urban areas, which is a problem as itself also, because we see the Indian overpopulated cities such as Bangalore, Mumbai, even Delhi for the purpose. We see due to the overpopulation there is poor housing facilities, and then this poor housing facilities further leads to the expansion of slums in these areas, which is although a degradation of the livelihood, and it contrasts the basic aim of moving from rural areas to the urban areas. And also, as we have talked about the better job opportunities, this was a pull factor, but due to overpopulation there are not sufficient jobs, which again leads to unemployment even by living in the urban areas. And all this population being congested in a
Last 30
smaller
seconds.
spaces, they attract traffic congestions too. But to curb this all and to follow a way forward, there should be a better planning of cities, the new cities which are developing. There should be a better development policies, or we can say better planning of the cities. And apart from that, we can improve the conditions of rural areas so that this migration can stop itself, and the basic facilities which are necessary, which can be made available in rural areas, so that the migration would itself
Time up.
stop, and this would lead to be a better future. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good, Ashish. What was the exact topic you chose?
Sir, it was the urbanization and its hazards.
Okay, because data can be used in different areas, such was it, like population, employment, all those things. Okay. Mm, yes, there are so many issues which are happening in different countries, different states. Urbanization, real development actually is not happening in a balanced way. Population explosion, which was the phenomena around 30 40 years back, today it is not happening across all religions. Some religions are facing population decline, some religions are having population growth in a reasonable way, acceptable way, and couple of religions maybe they are exploding. But then impact on urbanization, its hazards, and non-planned cities are really creating so many problems. If you see, this is a very open-ended topic. You pick up any small town today in India, especially which was not planned, and there are almost 99% towns are unplanned, and they have developed on their own without any real good management. And there is hardly any city which we can club it into that category of a well planned. Earlier I used to read in my childhood Chandigarh is a well planned city. Today it has also blown out of proportion. Yes, it was planned well. Bangalore, initially it was planned well, but it has gone out of proportion now. Today Pune was a well city once upon a time. It has again got cluttered up. Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, these are cities which look like well planned, but then related hazards are big issues today. Mismanagement happens in every area now. Population is facing so many problems. It is pollution, traffic management, the disorders because of these issues comes into the peace factor. Mental peace goes off. All the people who travel come out of their home. A lot of issues are there if you don't plan it well. And as a citizen, what you can do? As a citizen, probably you can discuss it, uh, raise the awareness, and propagate the thing that we need to follow the discipline. no encroachments. In small towns also everyone is encroaching actually. They will extend their houses, they will make some illegal constructions, whether on top or in front or in rear, somewhere wherever possible. These are all things which can be curbed at citizens level. We can help the administration by following the rules and regulations. And India, whether we are developing or not, that will be secondary, but we are not organizing well. And that is how water management issue, waste management issue, and then health management issue, all those things are related to this single phenomena where can we plan our cities well, can we control our population, can we have organized balance between urban and rural, all those things. And when you come to ssb on such topics, pick up few solid points and dwell upon it. Okay, good, Ashish. Flow is generally good always. And pick up such different topics and go for technological, because you are also heading for ssb, so have confidence of different areas to speak upon. Okay, good.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
who
sir.
who is next? Volunteer? Anyone? Okay. uh, Sandeep, you are having ssb which you are preparing? Okay. Okay. We have done, I think, 5 6 speakers have spoken. Good lecturate we have heard. Now coming to ssb related tips, briefly, if anybody has got doubt can ask. But from my side, ssb is a systematic process. Don't complicate it. I will say it is your confidence which is most important thing. And if you confuse yourself, your confidence will go down. So ultimately, you make it problematic by making it is as a big issue. Services Selection Board interview is about checking your personality, and in that, communication is a key area. So, rather than confusing yourself, you practice daily to speak, to read more, to speak more. This is the simple exercise you must follow on daily basis, and automatically your preparation towards SSB happens. Now coming to the individual tests, psychological test and all those things, if you go systematically, whether it is TAT, SRT, WAT. Some of the students are sending me directly on WhatsApp their uh, solutions, and as I get time, I keep suggesting. You must be systematic for each test. For psychological test, you must practice timed practice. Don't do that one picture you see and you are taking sweet time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you are writing a good story. There is nothing like a good story. In that given time, you must be able to apply your head, put your thought on paper, and it should sound a very, very logical problem solving scenario, whether it is TAT, SRT, WAT. Words association should happen in a logical way. It should not be repetition of points, it should not be universal truths, it should be giving some original self of yourself onto the paper. These are the simple things. And communication lecture, it is one of the most beautiful thing. Whether you are coming live on this Google Meet or you are doing with your friends, do at least some minutes talk daily with your friends or in your group or in your family, or whenever we are online you can come here speak. This is how you must boost your confidence. That is the only thing uh, ssb is requiring. Another point is reading. Develop a habit of reading. Give some time for newspaper or good news channels, but don't waste too much of time because there are so many things to read. Be systematic what you want to read. Selected topics, like you make a list of group discussion, you make a list of lecturate, you make areas where you want to study more, so that in ssb interview you can have proper communication with the ssb panel. Okay, so shall we end here? If anybody has got doubt can ask. Okay, I think there is no doubt. Today, good lecture topics were there. All those who did not speak or were not prepared must come and be prepared to speak. Somewhere it has to start. Don't lose confidence. Okay, all the best. Keep practicing. Be happy. Bye. Jai Hind.
Jai
Thank
Hind,
you
sir.
very much.
Jai Hind, sir. Thank you so